Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English practice podcast on Talk Gara channel.
Hi, everyone. We are very happy that you are here learning English with us today.
My name is Jessica, and this is Jaxon. We make simple conversations to help you speak English in daily life.
Yes, if you enjoy learning with us, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us continue making lessons.
Today, we are going to talk about a very common word in English.
Yes, that word is get.
The word get is small, but people use it in many different situations.
That is why many English learners feel confused about it.
In this lesson, we will practice listening and speaking.
We will also look at many useful sentences that you can use every day.
So, Jaxon, let me ask you a question.
Sure, Jessica, go ahead.
How do you get to work every day?
I usually get the bus to work in the morning.
That sounds easy and comfortable.
Yes, the bus stop is close to my house.
When you arrive at work, what is the first thing you get?
I always get a cup of coffee.
I understand that. Many people need coffee in the morning.
Yes, coffee helps me feel awake and ready to start my work.
I also get coffee when I start my day.
Coffee is very popular around the world.
Now, let's talk about the meaning of the word get.
The word get can have many meanings.
One common meaning of get is to receive or obtain something.
For example, yesterday I got a message from my friend.
That is a good example.
Another example is when we buy something from a store.
Yes, we can say, I got some bread and milk from the shop.
Or we can say, I need to get some fruit later today.
That sentence talks about the future.
Yes, it means I will buy fruit later.
We can also say things like get a job or get a gift.
And sometimes we say get a chance.
That means receiving an opportunity.
For example, I hope I get a chance to visit London one day.
That would be a wonderful trip.
Yes, London is a very famous city.
Now, let's talk about another meaning of get.
Sometimes get means become.
Yes, we often use get with adjectives.
For example, I get tired after a long day of work.
That means you become tired.
Exactly.
I also get hungry in the afternoon.
And I get sleepy late at night.
In winter, I get cold very quickly.
In summer, I get hot when I walk outside.
So we can use get to describe changes in feelings or conditions.
Yes, it is a very natural way to speak English.
Now let's talk about transportation.
We also use get when we travel.
For example, how did you get here today?
I got the bus and then I walked here.
That is a good example.
We also say get on a bus or train.
And we say get in a car or taxi.
When we leave the bus, we say get off.
And when we arrive somewhere, we say get to a place.
For example, I got to the office at 9 o'clock.
Today, I got to the studio a little earlier.
Being early is always a good habit.
Now, let's talk about phrasal verbs with get.
Phrasal verbs can be difficult, but they are very common.
One common phrasal verb is get up.
That means leaving your bed in the morning.
I get up at 7 every day.
I get up at 6 because I start work early.
Another phrasal verb is get along.
That means having a good relationship with someone.
I think you and I get along very well.
Yes, we work together easily and enjoy our conversations.
Another useful phrase is get back.
That means to return.
For example, when will you get back from your trip?
I will get back on Sunday evening.
That sounds nice.
Yes, I'm excited about the trip.
Another useful expression is get together.
That means meeting friends or family socially.
Let's get together for coffee next week.
That sounds like a great idea.
One more useful phrase is get over.
Yes, it means to recover from something.
For example, I had a cold last week, but I got over it.
I'm glad you feel better now.
Now, let's quickly review the tenses of get.
In the present tense, we say I get, you get, he gets.
For example, he gets many emails every day.
In the past tense, we say got.
For example, we got a new car last year.
In the future tense, we say will get.
For example, they will get married next year.
We also use getting for actions happening now.
For example, the weather is getting colder.
Or, I think I am getting a headache.
Before we finish, let's talk about one common mistake.
Sometimes learners use get in the wrong place.
For example, we do not say, I get to understand you.
Instead, we simply say, I understand you.
But we can say, I am starting to get it.
That means we are beginning to understand something.
The word get is simple, but it is very powerful in English.
The more you listen and practice, the easier it will become.
Thank you for learning with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you understand the word get better.
That idea can feel a little difficult at first.
Yes, it can be confusing for many English learners.
A simple way to think about get is this.
The word get often shows a change or a result.
Sometimes it means you receive something.
Sometimes it means you become something.
For example, first you are not hungry.
Then later you get hungry.
First, you do not have a gift.
Then you get a gift from someone.
So the word get often shows that something changes.
Yes, something new happens or you receive something.
That is a helpful way to understand this word.
I agree, it makes the word easier to remember.
Now let's practice with a small story.
I will tell a story about my day yesterday.
That is a great idea.
Yesterday, I got up at 8 in the morning.
That sounds like a relaxing morning.
After I woke up, I got a message from my sister.
Maybe she wanted to talk to you.
Yes, she wanted to check how I was doing.
What happened after that?
The weather was getting warm outside.
So you probably wore light clothes.
Yes, I got dressed in a simple t-shirt and jeans.
That sounds comfortable.
Then I got the bus to the city center.
Why did you go to the city center?
I wanted to get a gift for my friend.
That is very thoughtful.
I got a nice book for him from a small bookstore.
I think books are wonderful gifts.
After shopping, I got hungry.
That happens to me when I walk a lot.
So I got a sandwich from a cafe.
That sounds like a nice meal.
In the evening, I got home at 6 o'clock.
That was not too late.
Yes, but I was getting tired.
After a long day, that is normal.
So I got ready for bed early.
That story was excellent.
Thank you, Jessica.
You used many different meanings of get.
Yes, the word appeared many times in one simple story.
Everyone listening can see how common this word is.
We use it many times every day.
So the word get is not scary.
No, it is actually a very friendly and useful word.
Just remember a few main ideas.
The main ideas are receive, become, movement, and common phrases.
When you listen to English often, you will understand it better.
Yes, practice helps a lot.
How do you feel now, Jaxon?
I feel more confident already.
I am very happy to hear that.
Learning step by step makes things easier.
Now let's look at some useful sentences for real life.
These examples will help you speak naturally.
Our first example is about receiving gifts.
People often ask this question after a birthday.
For example, someone can ask, "What did you get for your birthday, Jessica?"
That is a very common question.
I could answer, "I got a beautiful scarf from my friend."
You could also say, I got some money from my parents.
The structure is very simple.
First, we ask, what did you get for your birthday?
Then the answer begins with I got.
Yes, like I got a watch or I got a book.
Let me ask you something, Jaxon.
Sure, Jessica.
What did you get for Christmas last year?
I got a new watch from my brother.
That sounds like a nice gift.
I also got warm socks from my parents.
Socks are a very common gift.
Yes, I seem to get socks every year.
Now let's talk about the future.
We can also use get when we talk about future plans.
For example, what do you want to get for your next birthday?
I want to get a new guitar.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, I really want to learn more music.
Now let's look at another example.
This example is about arrival and transportation.
A common question is about time.
For example, someone may ask, "What time did you get home last night?"
I might answer, I got home at 10 o'clock.
Sometimes we get home late because of work.
We can also talk about work.
For example, what time do you usually get to work?
I usually get to the office at 8:30.
But if the bus is late, I get there at 9.
Transportation can sometimes cause problems.
Yes, traffic can slow everything down.
We can also ask about the future.
For example, what time will you get to the party?
Someone might answer, I will get there at 7.
That answer gives a clear plan.
There is also a small grammar rule,
We say get to for most places.
but we don't use to with home, here, or there.
For example, we say, "I get home at 6.
We also say, I get here at 10.
Saying get to here is incorrect.
Now let's talk about another example.
This example is about change.
We use get with adjectives to show change.
For example, it is getting dark.
In winter, it gets dark early.
The days also get shorter.
Another example is about drinks.
My coffee is getting cold.
That happens when we talk too much.
Yes, we forget to drink it.
We can also talk about feelings.
For example, I'm getting worried about the weather.
Or we can say, this lesson is getting interesting.
That sounds like good news for students.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Are you getting tired from talking so much?
A little, but I'm also getting excited.
That is a great attitude.
Learning English should be enjoyable.
Now let's talk about directions and travel.
This is very useful when you visit a new city.
One important question is this.
How can I get to the train station?
Someone might answer, you can get the number 5 bus.
Or they might say, you can get a taxi.
This question works in many places.
For example, how can I get to the museum?
Or, how can I get to the city center?
Those questions help tourists a lot.
Let's practice a small conversation.
I will pretend to be a tourist.
That sounds fun.
Excuse me, how can I get to the art gallery?
You can get the tram from this stop.
What should I do next?
Get off at Central Park.
That sounds easy to follow.
The gallery is right next to the park.
Thank you for the directions.
You're welcome.
One more question.
Sure, what do you want to ask?
How can I get back to my hotel?
You can get any bus going north.
That sounds simple.
All those buses go to the hotel area.
Thank you very much for your help.
Now let's look at one final example.
This example is about understanding.
Sometimes students feel confused in class.
In that situation, they can say something simple.
They can say, sorry, I don't get it.
Then they can ask, can you explain it again?
That sentence is very natural in conversation.
It sounds friendly and polite.
And it helps the teacher know that you need help. For example, a student might say, I don't get question number 3.
Then the teacher can explain it more clearly.
Asking questions is a great way to learn.
Yes, it helps you improve your English faster.
Sometimes people tell a joke in a conversation.
Yes, and sometimes the joke is difficult to understand.
In that situation, you can say a simple sentence.
You can say, I don't get it.
This means you do not understand the joke.
You can also ask, why is it funny?
That happens to me sometimes when people tell very quick jokes.
It happens to me too.
But when you finally understand the joke, you can say something else.
You can say, oh, now I get it.
That sentence shows you understand the idea now.
Yes, and it feels very satisfying when you finally understand.
Now let's practice a small real-life situation.
That is a great way to learn.
Jackson, please explain how to use this phone app.
Okay, first you press this button.
What happens next?
Then you swipe up on the screen.
That sounds a little confusing.
After that, you enter the code in the system.
Sorry, Jackson. I don't get it.
No problem, Jessica.
Can you show me slowly?
Of course, I can explain it again step by step.
Thank you for your patience.
First, press this button here.
Okay, I see it now.
Then, swipe your finger up on the screen.
Ah, now I get it.
Great. I'm glad it is clear now.
Thank you for explaining it again.
You're welcome.
This phrase is very helpful for learners.
Yes, you can use it any time you feel confused.
Today, we looked at 5 practical examples with the word get.
Let's review them together.
The first example was asking about gifts.
The second example was asking about arrival time.
The third example was talking about change.
The fourth example was asking for directions.
The fifth example was saying you do not understand something.
And all these examples use the small word get.
It is amazing how useful this word is.
Yes, it appears in many daily conversations.
Now you have some real examples you can use today.
I believe learners will get a lot of value from these examples.
I hope so too.
Now, let's move on to some essential phrases with get.
These phrases are very common in daily English.
You can hear them in movies, on the street, and in shops.
Let's start with a morning phrase.
The phrase is get up.
Get up means leaving your bed in the morning.
I usually get up at 7 o'clock.
I sometimes get up a little earlier.
But on weekends, I like to get up slowly.
After we get up, we usually get dressed.
Get dressed means putting on your clothes.
If you change your clothes later, you can say, get changed.
For example, after work, I get changed into comfortable clothes.
That makes you feel relaxed at home.
Another useful phrase is get ready.
Get ready means to prepare for something.
For example, I get ready for work every morning.
Now let's talk about health expressions.
A common phrase is get well soon.
People say that when someone is sick.
It is a kind and caring sentence.
Another phrase is get a cold.
For example, I think I am getting a cold today.
That means you are starting to feel sick.
In that case, you should get some rest.
Get some rest means to relax and sleep.
Rest helps your body recover.
Now let's talk about food.
Sometimes I get breakfast at a cafe.
I also get coffee in the morning.
At a restaurant, you get the bill when you finish eating.
And at a shop, you get a receipt.
A receipt shows proof of your purchase.
Now let's talk about work and education.
One common phrase is get a job.
For example, he wants to get a job after university.
Another phrase is get a degree.
When you finish university, you get a degree.
That shows you completed your studies.
Sometimes people lose their jobs.
In that situation, we say get fired.
For example, he got fired last week.
The opposite phrase is get hired.
That means someone gives you a job.
Getting hired is always good news.
Now let's talk about meeting friends.
One common phrase is get together.
Get together means meeting friends or family.
For example, let's get together on Friday evening.
When you arrive somewhere, you can say, get there.
Someone might ask, what time did you get there?
And when you want to leave, you can say something polite.
You can say, I need to get going.
That means you must leave now.
It is a friendly way to end a visit.
Now let's talk about shopping phrases.
One example is get a good price.
For example, I got a good price on this phone.
Another phrase is get a deal.
That means buying something at a lower price.
If you like something, you might say, I need to get one of those.
People often say that when they see something interesting.
Now let's talk about feelings.
We often say, get hungry or get tired.
We also say, get angry, get worried, or get excited.
Children often get excited before holidays.
Adults also get excited before trips.
Another phrase is get old.
Yes, everyone gets older with time.
A positive phrase is get better.
For example, I hope you get better soon.
We can also say our English is getting better.
That is always good progress.
Now let's talk about get lost.
This phrase has two meanings.
The first meaning is literal.
For example, I got lost in the city.
That means you did not know where you were.
The second meaning is different.
If you say get lost to someone, it is rude.
It means you're telling them to go away.
That is not a polite phrase.
So it is better not to use it.
A nicer phrase is get along.
Get along means having a good relationship.
I think you and I get along very well.
Yes, we enjoy working together.
Now let's talk about transportation phrases.
One example is get on the bus.
Another phrase is get off the train
We also say get in the car.
and get out of the taxi.
These phrases are very common in travel.
When you arrive home, you can say get home.
For example, I finally got home at midnight.
Another useful phrase is get back.
Someone might ask, when will you get back from your trip?
You might answer, I will get back on Tuesday.
That tells them your return day.
Now let's look at phone phrases.
One example is get a message.
Someone might ask, did you get my email?
Another phrase is get a call.
For example, I got a call from the school.
Sometimes the phone line is busy.
In that case, you get a busy signal.
That means you cannot connect the call.
Now let's talk about learning phrases.
A teacher might ask, do you get it?
That question means, do you understand?
If you understand, you can say, now I get it.
That is a satisfying moment for learners.
Another phrase is get an idea.
For example, I just got a great idea.
That means a new thought came to your mind.
Sometimes ideas appear suddenly.
I sometimes get ideas in the shower.
That happens to many people.
Now let's look at a few final phrases.
One example is get married.
For example, they will get married in June.
Another phrase is get divorced.
That means ending a marriage.
One very important phrase is get help.
Yes, if you have a problem, you should get help.
Another useful phrase with get is get started.
We say get started when we begin something.
For example, a teacher might say, let's get started.
That means it is time to begin the work.
We can also talk about finishing something.
Yes, we can say get finished.
For example, I need to get finished with my work by 6 o'clock.
That means you want to complete your work before that time.
Another phrase is get there.
Get there can mean reaching a place.
But it can also mean reaching success.
For example, learning an instrument is difficult at first.
Yes, but with practice, you will get there.
That means you will succeed in the future.
It is a very positive and encouraging phrase.
Teachers often say this to students.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay, I'm listening.
Did you get all that?
Yes, I think I understood everything.
We hope our viewers also got all these useful phrases.
The best way to remember them is to practice every day.
Now, let's take a short moment to review some important words connected to get.
This review will help everything become clearer.
First, let's talk about the word receive.
Receive is a more formal word than get,
It means someone gives something to you.
and you take it.
For example, I received a letter from my bank today.
Or I received some good news this morning.
In speaking, people usually say, I got a letter.
But in writing, people often say, I received a letter.
Both sentences have the same meaning, the only difference is the style.
Now let's talk about another word, obtain.
Obtain sounds a little formal and serious.
Yes, it usually means getting something after effort.
For example, you need to obtain a visa before traveling.
Or someone may obtain important documents from an office.
So we say get a coffee, but obtain a passport.
Exactly. That is a good way to understand the difference.
Now let's talk about the word become.
Become is very important when we use get with adjectives.
For example, we say get hungry or get tired.
That means you start to feel hungry or tired.
The formal way would be become hungry.
But in everyday English, people usually say get hungry.
Yes, it sounds more natural in conversation.
For example, I'm getting hungry now.
And it is getting dark outside.
Now let's talk about the word understand.
Understand means knowing the meaning of something.
For example, a teacher might ask, "Do you understand the question?"
In conversation, people often say, "Do you get the question?"
These two sentences mean the same thing.
And if you do not understand, you can say something simple. You can say, "I don't get it."
That sentence is very common in daily conversation.
Now let's talk about another formal word, acquire.
Acquire means to get or gain something over time.
For example, someone can acquire a new skill.
Or a company can acquire another company.
A student may acquire fluency in a language.
But in simple speech, we often say get better at a language.
Now let's think about the opposite idea.
What happens when you want something but you do not get it?
One possible word is miss.
For example, I missed the bus this morning.
That means you were too late to catch the bus.
Another example is missing a chance.
For example, I missed the start of the movie.
That means you did not see the beginning.
Another opposite idea is lose.
Lose means you had something but it disappeared.
For example, I lost my keys yesterday.
Or I lost my phone last week.
First, you get something.
Then sometimes you lose it.
Now, let's talk about feelings.
When someone feels sad, we often say cheer up.
Cheer up means become happier.
For example, a friend might say, cheer up, everything will be okay.
That sentence can make someone feel better.
Now let's return to travel expressions.
Earlier, we talked about get to a place.
Another similar phrase is arrive at or arrive in.
For example, we arrived at the hotel.
Or we arrived in London.
These phrases are more formal.
In conversation, people usually say we got to the hotel.
Now let's talk about transportation money.
The money you pay for a bus or train is called a fare.
For example, the bus fare is $2.
So you pay the fare to get the bus.
Now let's talk about jobs.
When a company gives someone a job, they hire that person.
For example, the company hired 5 new workers.
That means those workers got hired.
But sometimes companies remove workers.
In that situation, they fire the worker.
For example, he got fired last week.
That is not a good situation.
Now let's talk about a positive word, achieve.
Achieve means reaching a goal after hard work.
For example, she worked hard to achieve her dreams.
People can achieve success or achieve their goals.
It is different from simple everyday actions.
Yes, you get a coffee, but you achieve a dream.
Now let's talk about the word have.
Have and get are connected but different.
Have means you possess something now.
Get is the action of receiving it.
For example, I have a car now.
But I got the car last year.
That shows the difference clearly.
Have describes the situation.
Get describes the action.
Now let's look at 2 more useful verbs.
One of them is pick up.
Pick up can also mean to get something.
For example, can you pick up some milk from the shop?
That means please get some milk.
Another similar word is fetch.
Fetch means going somewhere, getting something, and bringing it back.
For example, a dog can fetch a ball.
Or you can fetch a bag from another room.
As we can see, many words connect to the word get.
Get is the simple and friendly word in the center.
Many other words have similar meanings.
But get is the one people use most often in daily English.
That's right, Jackson. The word get is a very common and useful word in English.
Yes, Jessica, I hear the word get almost everywhere in daily conversations.
Exactly. If you remember how to use get, people will usually understand you.
That makes me feel more confident about speaking English.
That is great to hear. Our goal is to help learners understand and use English naturally.
I feel like I understand the word get much better now.
Wonderful. Now it is time to practice speaking together.
Practice is always the best way to learn.
I will say a sentence first, and then you repeat it.
Good idea, Jessica. I am ready to start.
Let's begin with the present tense. I get the bus to work.
I get the bus to work.
This sentence means it is your normal habit.
Yes, it means I usually take the bus to work.
Now everyone can repeat the sentence again. I get the bus to work.
Great job, everyone.
Now let's try the past tense. I got a new phone last week.
I got a new phone last week.
In this sentence, got is the past form of get.
It means you received something in the past.
Exactly. Now everyone can repeat it. I got a new phone last week.
Perfect. Let's move to the future tense.
Listen to this sentence. We will get pizza tonight.
We will get pizza tonight.
This sentence shows a plan for the future.
It sounds like a delicious plan.
Now let's use get to mean become. I am getting sleepy.
I am getting sleepy.
This means you are starting to feel sleepy.
Yes, your feeling is changing.
Now let's practice a question. What time do you get off work?
What time do you get off work?
This question asks about finishing work.
It is a very common question in daily life.
Now let's try a polite request. Can you get some milk?
Can you get some milk?
This sentence means asking someone to buy or bring something.
It is a polite way to ask for help.
Now let's talk about understanding something. I don't get this question.
I don't get this question.
This means you do not understand the question.
And it is okay to say that when you are learning.
Now let's use get for arrival. She gets here at noon.
She gets here at noon.
We use gets with she, he, or it.
That is an important grammar rule.
Now the past form for arrive. They got home very late.
They got home very late.
And now a future sentence. My friend will get to London tomorrow.
My friend will get to London tomorrow.
We usually say get to before a city or place.
That helps us talk about travel.
Now let's learn a kind phrase. Get well soon.
Get well soon.
We say this to someone who is sick.
It shows care and kindness.
Now let's practice a phrasal verb. I need to get up early tomorrow.
I need to get up early tomorrow.
Get up means to leave your bed in the morning.
Many people need to get up early for work or school.
Here is another phrasal verb. Please get on the bus quickly.
Please get on the bus quickly.
Get on means to enter a bus or train.
That is very useful when traveling.
Now let's talk about meeting friends. Let's get together next week.
Let's get together next week.
This means we want to meet and spend time together.
That sounds like a nice plan.
Now let's talk about improvement. My English is getting better.
My English is getting better.
This sentence shows positive change.
Practice helps us improve every day.
Now a phrase for starting something. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
It simply means let's begin.
I like that phrase because it feels motivating.
Now one more sentence about feelings. Don't get angry.
Don't get angry.
This is advice for someone.
It means don't become angry.
Great job, Jaxon. You did very well.
Thank you, Jessica. This practice really helped me.
And everyone listening did a great job too.
Yes, speaking practice is very important.
Today, we practiced present, past, future, questions, and many useful phrases.
That is a lot of learning for one lesson.
But remember, learning English takes time and practice.
Yes, just like learning to ride a bicycle.
You must practice many times.
And you should not be afraid of mistakes.
Exactly. Mistakes are part of learning.
My mind is now full of the word get.
Mine too, but in a good way.
We used get in many situations today.
Yes, we talked about getting food, getting home, and getting better.
It is amazing how one small word can have many meanings.
Let's review the main ideas.
First, get can mean receive something.
For example, I get an email.
Second, get can mean become.
For example, I get hungry.
Third, we can use get for transportation.
For example, I get the train.
Fourth, get can mean understand.
For example, I get it.
And finally, get appears in many common phrases.
That is why it is such an important word in English.
I feel like I understand it much better now.
That is wonderful.
So, what should learners do after this lesson?
They should practice a little every day.
Maybe use one meaning of get each day.
For example, on Monday, say, I need to get bread.
And on Tuesday, say, it is getting cold.
Also, listen for the word get in movies, songs, and conversations.
You will hear it everywhere.
And when you notice it, you will understand it better.
That is a great feeling for learners.
Remember, confidence comes from practice.
So, keep practicing every day.
Now we have a question for you.
What is one thing you need to get from the shop this week?
For me, I need to get more tea.
And I need to get some fresh fruit.
Write your answer and practice the sentence.
We love seeing people practice English.
Thank you for learning with us today.
Keep practicing and keep improving.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.